name is Devan Vilfrard, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida originally. Spent half my life there, and then I moved up to Tallahassee, Florida, up in North Florida, to obtain my high school diploma, went to high school up there, then my associate's degree, and then my bachelor's, which I graduated in the spring from Florida A&M University. So my nonprofit was recently founded in August, the Cash In Grad Out Foundation. We were founded by the HBCU students who got their student loans paid off by Something to Water and Pharrell Williams last year when Something to Water was there in DC. So instead of having us only being the ones who get their student loans paid off, we wanted to continue that. And we wanted to make sure other HBCU students got their student loans paid off. So we created this foundation to make sure that we can ensure that happens. We provide access to first-time homeowners programs, financial education, wealth building tips, mental health, things like that. So we can make sure our graduates who are in the program aren't just getting their loans paid off, but they're getting the steps necessary to start on the better path in life after they graduate. Things I'm interested in is music, art, creating, social justice, politics, you name it. I'm a veteran. I have my hand in everything. The experience of having my loans paid off just in that moment on that panel was mind-blowing. It was surreal because I don't do this work to have a experience like that. I do the work because it's needed to be done. When it comes to advocacy, you speak up for people who aren't able to speak for themselves. And in that moment, I'm speaking for my mom who has $100,000 in student loans but doesn't even have her degree because, life happens. There's plenty of people who have stories like that and student loans still impact them. So I wanted to make sure I was doing it for them. So when I got my loans paid off, it was something I wasn't expecting because I don't do it for me. I do it for other people. So it was just a blessing on top of blessings when I experienced that. I had a really rough upbringing, grew up in childhood homelessness, faced adult homelessness too. Sometimes you don't even know if you're gonna come in and the lights are on, the water's on, or if you have to pack up all your stuff after school because, you have to get out. I experienced that, but that made me understand how important it is to have a proper financial background and proper understanding and proper wealth building. When I experienced the experience of a lifetime, for lack of better words, of having my student loans paid off, it was a moment to where I was like, all right, well, we can do something with this, where it's not just the loans are paid off, but what's something that college students are experiencing, whether it be not having the finances, not having the understanding of how to build wealth, just a range of different wealth issues. I wanted to solve that because I knew I grew up experiencing that for the worse. So I want to make sure that people can experience it for the better and a more positive life. Our mission is simple. It's basically to uplift HBCU students post-graduation when it comes to financial prosperity. And how are we doing that? We're doing that through, of course, clearing their student loan debt, through, of course, providing access to first-time homeowners program, wealth building tips, access to health insurance, not just health insurance, but life insurance. God forbid something happens, you may have children or you may have a family member that you don't want to leave hanging with your bills or your debt. So that life insurance is very important. So we want to make sure that HBCU students, once they come out of college, they aren't just receiving student loan debt being cleared, but they're receiving other helpful tips and programs and access to a network that we have that will allow them to build wealth rather than just receiving wealth. We haven't announced how we're picking our first cohort. We have some things in the works, but you can definitely follow us on social media, Cash In, Grad Out, very simple, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and stay up to date on what we're doing, how we're doing it, so you can know about our upcoming HBCU tour, so you can know about our media tour. Our interviews are coming up in our different programs, so it's coming up as well, so that way you can then be a part of it. There's so many names I can bring out. First and foremost, of course, Robbie Wells for helping us out with Something in the Water, Wisdom Cole, Derek Lewis, Stephanie Walters. There's so many people who have been instrumental in helping us out, guiding us, making sure we understand what to do, what not to do, and not just the professional space, because of course we're young professionals, but from people who've been here before with leading organizations and networking and putting different events and success together, and then they pass that along to us, and now we're able to do the same thing for other young adults. So those names I mentioned, of course, Pharrell Williams for putting all this together with Something in the Water, of course, and so many other people I may have not named. I apologize, but for everyone who's helped us out, we greatly appreciate it. This is Devan, and you're tuned in to FrequencyVA.